Friends, today we'll discuss about 16.3.1 packet trace activity about troubleshooting static and default routes. Okay, so I opened the packet tracer file. So it's asking the user profile. So I'll give my name, Suresh, and my email ID, gmail.com. Okay, so here we are going to troubleshoot the errors in this router. Okay, so as I told in the previous video in chapter 15, every router has a routing table. Okay, so a routing table contains information about routes. So here we have, in this router we have two directly connected network. Okay, so for R1 we have, in the case of IPv4, 172.31.1.0/25 is one direct network, and 172.31.1.192/30 another direct network. Okay, remaining 172.31.0024, 172.31.1.196, 172.31, like that. Okay, these two are remote networks. Okay, this also 172.31.1.128. So remote network and direct network means the network which are connected to the router by cable is direct network. So this side we have one cable, one network. This side we have another cable, another network. One is LAN, local network, another one is WAN, connecting to router. Like this, every router in this network has direct network and remote network. Okay, to make a router connect to remote network is called as routing. So okay, what is routing? To make the router possible to connect to remote networks. So example, in this computer they cannot directly connect to this network or this network because this is not direct network. Okay, so we have to make a routing so that this computer can access the remote network. Okay, so now go to the router. How do we check the routing table of a router? Okay, no need of show run. Whenever you want to check the IPv4 routing table of a network or router, show IP routes. Okay, this command, show space IP space route command, it will show you different routes. C means directly connected network. L means the local IP address in that network. Okay, then C again, L again. S star means default static route. That means everything is zero. Zero network, destination network is zero. Subnet mask also zero. Okay. So here, if I take C for R1, 172.31.1.1, 172.31.1. This one, okay, 31.0. This is direct network. Through which one? Cable G0 bar 0. So I'll open that preferences, then take always show port label and options. Okay. Again, one more direct network for R1. It is 172.31.1.192. This one through SC00. Okay. The IP address configured is 194 and here it is 31.1. That's why it is L. That you can go and check here. If you want, you can check in the show run or show IP ILTBR. 0 bar 0, what is IP? 172.31.1.1. See, network is 1.0, IP is 1.1. What about here? 172.31.1.92 is the network, IP address is 94. That's why it is called as L here. Okay, local IP. Now I am checking the static route. So here there is no static route. Here we have static default route. Towards where? 000 via 172.31.1.195. So here we have used next hop APs. Okay, so from this router I can go to any network, any mask up to this next hop address. What is the IP address of router R2 S00? Go to the table. R2 S00 is 172.31.1.193. Okay, but what is written here? They write 195. So this is the first error I found. We are starting troubleshooting. Okay, see, I am in R1 I configured default static route all 0, network 0, mask 0 via next hop. Next hop means for this router, next hop is this R2's S00. That IP address of R2 S00 is, see, R2 S00 172.31.1.193. So we need to fix it first. Okay, so before fixing, okay, I have to note it down. What is the error I found? Okay, here I have to note it down. First error. So I already have the picture. I already got it. Okay, IPv4 default route next hop interface address or next hop IP address is incorrect. Yes, change the next hop to 172.31.1.193. The same thing I told you, right? For this R2 SC00, the IP address is 172.31.1.193. But what is written in that R1? In R1 it is written as 195. You have to make it 193. Okay. So that first I will do. Configure space T. IP route, where I want to go, default route. Okay, 0.0.0.0 space 0.0.0, sorry, any network, any mask, I have to go through 172.31.1.190. What was the answer? 193. Okay, 193. When I do this, maybe I think I get 16 something or 8, 16. Okay, that is done. R1 is done. Now R2. Okay, next is R2. I am going to R2's IPv4. They are asking you to troubleshoot first IPv4 addresses, then IPv6. So first I will try for IP for default route done in R1. There is no static route, only default route. Now we go for R2 static and default. Okay, so R2, open R2 here. So I will display show IP root command to see that IP for root. Sorry, show IP root. That's all. Okay, we have two S. So static, not default. Static yani you have to mention the exact network destination you want to go with mask, then either next hop IP address or exit interface. Here they use next hop IP address. Okay, so 172.31.1.0. From R2 I can go to 172.31.1. Let me check here. From R2 172.31.1.0/25 via 172.31.1.198. Okay, so from here you have to go here, means this is the next hop address. So what is the IP of R1S00? R1S00 is 172.31.1.194 it is. Okay, but here it is written 198, so that we have to note it down. Okay, so here I note it down. That is that one. R2 next hop IP address for 172.31.1.0 is 194. Okay, what they entered there, 198, so we'll change it. Okay, so IP, sorry, before that config mode, IP route 172.31.1.0/25 means 255.255.255.128. I told you yesterday how you got 25. Okay, then what was that address? 194. Is actually written 198, so it should be 194. Okay, 172.31.1.194. Done. So how this slash 25 becomes 128? So you remember I told 25 yani 24 plus 1. Okay, so last octet I am taking one bit. So first bit is 128 always. So that's why I put 128. Okay. Then what about Next one 31.1 dot x. We are checking only yes or S star. There is no need to check C. C and L are directly connected. I didn't add that route. Whenever you configure IP address for interface, they will become a direct network. Okay. The remote networks only we are configuring by yes. Okay. So now 172.1.20.26. Okay. So go here 172.31 this one dot 128 slash 126 this network. What is the next hop? Next hop from this one will be R3S001. What is R3S001? R3S001 is 172.31 1.198. What is written here? They put 194. This 198 194 becomes no they interchange. So what I should do? I have to repeat this command with next hop address as 198 because I am going through R3. R3 has serial 001 1972.31 1.198. Okay, so I will write that, rewrite it as. Also, I will write the. I will show you this one. For IP route 172.31 1.128 mask it is 192 26 any 192. The next hop is 172.31 1.198. Okay, so here I will write here IP route. What was the network? 172.31 1.128 slash 26. Okay, 172.31.1.128 slash 26. So 255.255.255.1. Again, Abdul asking Mr. How you got 192? 26 yani 24 plus 2. Last octet 2 bits. First is 128, next is 64. Adding these two will get 192. Okay. Then what about the next hop? Next hop should be from here to here. Next hop is R3001. R3001 is 172.31 1.198. No need to add a slash 30, just the IP address. Okay. And now it will be, I think, 24, 48. Okay, 16 into 3, 48. Okay. After that, so this is done. Now go for R3. We are now checking only IPv4. IPv6 will do later. Okay. So now IPv4 for R3, IPv4 routes. Okay. So enable show IP route. Just check the yes or S star. We have only yes. Yes yani static routes. No default route, static route. So three static routes are there. First one 172.31 0.0. Let me check that. From R3 172.31 0.0 slash 24 directly connected. Okay, through S001. Correct. Next one 31.1.0. 31.1.0. This is okay 0.0 done. Okay, now 31.1.0 slash 28. Actually, this is 25. So subnet mask is wrong. You have to change that. Okay. Another one 172.31.1.192. Where is that? This one slash 30 through S0. That is correct. Same. But here, see, it was 172. They mentioned maybe by configuration mistake. No. 172.31 1.0 slash 28. But this one 172.31 1.0 slash 25 connected by S001. This is the exit interface. That's common for everyone. But this subnet mask is wrong for R3 root. I already put the answer in my word file R3. Change the subnet mask to 128. Okay, so Mr. Y 128. This is 25. 25 means 24 plus 1. Last one bit from the last octet, so 128. So what I will do, I will write config paste IP root 172.31.1.0 slash 255 dot sorry space 255.255.255.128 space SE. The exit interface is serial 001. See, to reach here and all, I'll go through R3, go through S001. G is here. This is S serial. Okay, what happened? Inconsistent address. I put, I think, 3. It should be 0 now. By mistake, I put 3. Okay, so what I will do, I don't know how I put 3. Maybe my typing mistake. Okay, this is done now. Maybe 64. 64. Now, two more errors only. Hmm? Okay, now next IPv4 almost done. Now we go for IPv6 errors. Okay, so IPv6 errors, check in R1, show IPv6 route. So three routes IPv6. Okay, in R1, check this. 2001 DB8 3 colon 64. This one via, okay, to reach here from R1 go through S00, correct. 2000 DB8 4 colon 64. To reach here also same serial. Then 2001 DB8 5 colon 64. And this one also go through S00. So no error. Okay. Now R2. R2, how do we check the IPv6 routing table? Show IPv6 route. To check the routing table of IPv6 networks. Okay. So here let me like this. Okay. Now go down. Check only yes. Okay. First one 2001 DB6 1 colon 64. So there is one colon this one. Okay. 1 colon 64 2001 DB8 2 colon 194. This is the next hop. Network is 2001 DB6. DB6 no one is there. Actually this should be DB8 not DB6. Okay, what about 194? Let me check the table. Serial cable for R1 IPv6 address. R1 serial IPv6 2001 DB8 2 colon 194. That is correct. That means this network address is wrong. Now MAFI 6 it should be 8 colon 1. Okay, so I mentioned here in R2. See, it should be 6 wrong. It should be DB8. I already mentioned there. Okay, so I will put here configuration mode IPv6 root 2001. Where is that? This one. Copy. This is 8 colon 1, not 6. Remaining the next two address is correct. What was that? 2001 DB8 to space colon 94. This done. Now it will be 80, I think. 80. Now one more error. What about next one? Next is this is done. Now next is 2001 DB8 5 colon 64. 5 colon 64. Where is 5 colon 64? 6 is done. This one now 5 colon 64. What is the next? See 2000 DB8 5 colon 64. Next is next operator is from R1 to this network R3 S001 is the next hop. So find the IPv6 address of R3 S001. R3 S001 is 170 2001 DB8 4 colon 198. 4 1 colon 1. That's correct. Okay, so that's done. Now R3 check IPv6 route. So 2001 DB8 2 colon colon 64. Where is that 2001 DB8 2 colon colon, this one, via CL001. Yes, to reach here, I want to go exit interface 001. Now 300. So this one 2000 DB8 3 colon colon 0, that also via 000. Now 4, where is 4? This one. No, no, that is static, connected no. So static, only check the static, then no more, but actually one is missing, right? This is okay, 2 done, 3 done. Now this remote one, this is missing. 2000 db8 colon 1 colon colon 64 is missing here. I already mentioned here. For R3 IPv6 route to LAN 1, yani 2001 db8 1 colon 64 is missing. So we will write here for R3, because see, only 2000 db8 2 colon colon 3 colon colon 1 colon colon missing. Okay, conf space t IPv6 route 2001, what was the network, db8 1 colon colon 64, 1 colon colon db8 1 colon colon 64. Exit interface is same, S001. Okay, SE001. Now node WR, to that take the percentage 100. Okay, now again for Abrar, Rima, close this. Okay, after that close this, save yes. Wherever you are putting the folder, there you have to go and save yes. Okay, after that go and stop the video.